Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to talk about Forspoken and Starfield and many other things, whatever you guys decide to talk about tonight. But we're going to talk about some similarities that I'm pretty sure are going to happen when this game launches later this year. Forspoken, or not Forspoken, but Starfield's got a really tall uphill battle to try to get through, especially at the end of this year. And you're going to see it, man. You're going to see it. The media is loyal to Sony, or I mean, loyal slash biased towards Sony. So of course, this being Xbox exclusive, having multiple delays now, having being showing off just like Forspoken, man, and and in the gameplay looking fairly similar to what you would be getting on No Man's Sky. You can already tell, you can already feel the hate and animosity that is going to be thrown at Starfield later this year just because of the fact that it's going to be exclusive to the Xbox and PC platform. That sucks. Same thing happened with Forspoken. I mean, you can sit and say that Forspoken's a bad game all you want, especially if you've never played it. That really sucks. That's pretty disingenuous. But the fact that you might not ever even get the opportunity to play Forspoken on Xbox really sucks, man. It really sucks. And for all the PlayStation fanboys out there that like to scream and cry and do whatever they like to do and talk about how PlayStation is number one, you guys literally let another game freaking die because, like, why? Like, why? Because all the other guys came out and said, "Oh man, it's not that great." I enjoyed Forspoken. I thought it was a great game. I'm still playing Forspoken. I think it's great. And I will probably be here defending Starfield when that launches too. And that sucks, man. I don't always I hate having to always be on the other side of the popular opinion when it comes to this channel. This channel. And just so you know, I'll never break, I'll never crumble, I'll never feed into it, and I'll never become like the other guys and just parrot the same thing all day long. No, my thoughts are my own. I don't follow any of that stuff. When I hear the negativity, I do kind of be like, wow, dude. I mean, like, how do you think how do you think a lot of these people, they grow and they grow faster and stuff? No, man, I'm not gonna break, I'm not gonna crumble, I'm not gonna be peer pressured into hating games and loving certain ones, man. That's just the way it goes. Forspoken will be the perfect game for Game Pass, but not perfect like Atomic Heart or Wo Long. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, man. With that $70 price tag, for some reason, us as gamers have all of a sudden declared like these games have to be exponentially better than what they were last generation. Like we already have, like they said $70, and we put our freaking unrealistic expectations so freaking high that like these developers are barely ever going to are ever going to make it. Resident Evil 4 remake, okay? I've played it. I've played it on PC, I've played it on the Xbox, and I played it on the PlayStation 5. You can tell immediately on the PlayStation 5 that it looks like checkerboard rendering. You can and I'm on a 1440p monitor, mind you. I played all three versions on this 1440p monitor, and wow, dude, wow. There is a pretty stark contrast in the terms of I became a frugal gamer a long time ago. I do kind of I feel that $70 price tag, and now that Starfield has a $70 price tag, I guarantee you this thing is going to hit the freaking the YouTube hate thing. They already are. They're already gearing up for it. You hear Dreamcast guy and all the other ones, are already starting the negativity slander towards Starfield, man. You hear some of the other big creators talking about how it's pretty similar to what you get from No Man's Sky. That's true, man. There's nothing you can do about that. It really does have a stark resemblance to what you can do in No Man's Sky. The reason why Starfield is more intriguing for me than what No Man's Sky was is I like the more realistic visuals that Starfield's going with, as opposed to like the cartoony, like, you know um procedurally generated looking that No Man's Sky has. But I will potentially pick up No Man's Sky on PSVR 2 to try that. Rog, this title is very sketchy. How's it very sketchy? It's true, man. Anybody that thinks that Starfield is going to come out and be unscathed with a $70 price tag is clearly delusional. And I'm not getting into the whole delusional thing, man. That game is going to be it's going to be picked apart. Well, long nice. Favorite game that you're playing the most right now? Currently, my favorite game that I'm playing the most currently right now is GT7 in PSVR 2. That is the one I've been playing the most right now. That game has pretty much consumed me to where I'm just like, whoa, this is so good. People said this. You're right. Now, don't get me wrong. There are the Bethesda fans that are going to play this, but you got to understand, a lot of them dudes are on the PlayStation platform. A lot of those guys, a lot of the people that support Bethesda are on the PlayStation platform, and it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be an uphill battle for Starfield. I've been listening to some of the, some of the discourse surrounding Starfield right now, and the unrealistic expectations that are being put on Forspoken right now are insane. And it's just not coming from just the PlayStation guys or anybody else. This is coming from Xbox guys too, talking about how this game's got to be perfect. It's got to it's got to be, yeah, dude. It's setting it up for failure, man. I can already see that. So I'm trying to warn my community to not feed into the negativity. Just get the game, play the game. If you're gonna play it on Game Pass, just play the game and make your own decision on it. Don't feed into the negativity that's going to surround this game at launch. The seeing what happened to Forspoken, man, and just seeing how many people are out there talking negatively about Forspoken that never even played it, that haven't beat it, that haven't experienced the story. That's pretty bad, man. That's pretty bad. And there's a lot of those people that are going to jump right on the Starfield hate wagon as well. It's going to be picked apart, but no way is it going to be as bad as Forspoken. Did you play? Did you play and beat Forspoken? I would like from now on, if you haven't played Forspoken and beat the game, please keep your negative comments to yourself, man, because I really do like Forspoken. You can hate me, you can say whatever you want for that, you can unsubscribe, but I like Forspoken. I think it is a pretty dang good game. It was worth my time to beat it twice on PC and PlayStation 5, and I still play the game just like I play all of my Ubisoft open world games. To me, it is just as good as any Ubisoft open world game that I have played to date. And I actually think in some ways it's even better. It's even better than some of my favorite Ubisoft open world games that I love. That I love. Now, Forspoken starts off fairly slow. It does. You have to get through probably 2 to 3 hours of stuff that's like not really that great until you can get into the open world and fully start to experience. The combat in Forspoken has so much depth to it that I'm still learning new things every time I play it. Every time I play it, the world is vast, it's big, it's beautiful. There's some spots in Forspoken that are just literally breathtaking. The particle effects, the way the combat is so fluid in that game. I love it. I love that game. It is great, and I intend to keep playing it for a long time to come. Like, it is my standard bearer right now for open world games. I love it. Uh Game was literally dumped in the trash within a month. Yeah, I mean, we can do the whole console war stuff with. I'm not denying that Forspoken did not set itself up for a major console war, for major console war fodder, dude. I'm not saying that is anything. Yeah, $70 PlayStation. Where's PlayStation to bail out freaking Forspoken? They put it on there, man, for 2 freaking years, and that really did have an impact on it. What made me realize I'm not enjoying Atomic Heart that much was I was waiting for an update. So I hopped on God of War while I waited, and I was enjoying myself so much more on that than Atomic Heart. Yeah. Yeah, it actually happened, but come on, man. You got a PC, delusions of grandeur. I recommend trying it on PC. Get it when you get a copy of it, when you can get a copy of it for a decent price, whatever you feel comfortable. I would ask you to play it and then decide for yourself if it's worth it or not. That's what I would ask anybody to do, man. Because there's so much hate surrounding Forspoken right now, man, that it's not even funny. It's not even funny, man. Oh yeah, I mean, like I've played. How many games have we played? How many games have we played with terrible trash stories that were great games, man? Like the first Resident Evil, man. Like some of the like, dude, we love so many games with some of the most cringe freaking um dialogue that like you can't say like, come on, guys. A lot of people played that demo. See, that demo really hurt Forspoken as a game. That demo, there you they open up too much of it. They open up too much of the abilities for you right out of the gate of that, and it does take some time to actually learn these spells and learn how to use them and all of that stuff. And there's so much depth to the combat in Forspoken. It's not even funny, man. Like people are just people like, dude, it's too superficial, man. The hate for Forspoken is so superficial that once you play it, oh man, once you get into the game, it really starts to open up. I don't know. I don't know how to express that anymore, man. Like people have already made up their minds about it, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I don't it is what it is. I like the game. I'm going to keep making positive content for the game. Maybe somebody will pick it up later down the road and actually get to really enjoy it when it's like 30, 40 bucks, man. That's fine, dude. Don't if you no, but I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot of fake hate going on for it. There really is, man. Well, if you guys hate Forspoken that bad, dude, like whatever, just don't watch my content for Forspoken, man. Like I don't care. I don't need your guys' negative comments in all of my Forspoken videos. I don't care. Like I don't care. I like the game. I played it. I think it's great. I still play it. If you don't like it, if you couldn't get on board with Forspoken, man, I'm not that doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it was unoptimized. No, actually, no, dude. I played that day one on the PC, and I had a pretty dang good playthrough with it. If you don't like them, dude, that's fine. Wolong for me is just a bit too much. It's just a bit too much, man. I don't like getting into the game and just beating my head against the wall. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I don't have the time to sit and beat my head against the wall with it. Never played Forspoken, but I never hated on anybody who liked it. Yeah, man. If you guys aren't gonna actually sit down and play through the game and give it a fair shot, there's no reason for you to spread any more hate about it. There really isn't. There's no reason because there are a lot of people. Do you realize my Forspoken videos are still getting pretty good viewership, man? People are still watching them. I put out videos for other games too, and I don't get as much traction or as much views as I do for Forspoken, man. I still get enough views on Forspoken content to keep making those videos. They're still viable for the channel. So I still make them and I still try to be positive about it because there's not a lot of people being positive about Forspoken right now. And I like it. Just like I like Assassin's Creed games, I still make content for those, man. Been a fan for a while, and you are consistent. Thank you, Line Smack. I chose Sekiro as my first Souls game. Oh gosh, dude. Forspoken, man. Forspoken. Or not Forspoken, but Sekiro has kind of Sekiro beat me into submission, man. Like I played that game religiously. I did roast the dialogue that I saw. Don't get me wrong, Polybaba. There are some spots in Forspoken where the dialogue does sound extremely cheesy, but you kind of need the full context of what's going on in the game to really you kind of need to beat it and then reflect on it to kind of understand. They could have done a better job with all of that. They could have done a much better job explaining why, they could have done a better job. I'm not gonna lie and say that it was perfect. And I did say that in my videos. It has this thing, like I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't it didn't bug me that bad. To a cult classic hit. I'm trying to turn it into a hit. Actually, I'm really not trying to turn it into a hit. I don't appreciate the complete negativity. If you played the game and you didn't like it and you have your own reasons for not liking it, because I mean, yeah, dude, it does kind of fall into the I can't get past the first boss in Wolong. Yeah, me either, man. I've tried and it just got well, actually I only put in like 25 minutes and I just was like, no, I'm not gonna beat my head against the wall on this. You did laugh when you saw the alternate ending where she just was like holding the cat walking down the street. I posted that. I posted both endings. Um, it gives you the option because Frey has that attitude through the whole game, like I don't care about anything. I don't want, and it gives you that option to go ahead and enact, that attitude, like no, I don't care. This isn't my fight, and leave. It gives you that. It gives you that. My favorite video game character of all time right now is probably Um, Geralt the Witcher. The Witcher 3 is my favorite, is has been upgraded to my favorite game of all time. I do feel bad for the studio. Yeah, I think that 2 years sucks. That 2 years sucks, and it really did impact the overall longevity of Forspoken. But here's the thing, man. Like, I like Forspoken a lot, but I still wouldn't put it in like my top 10 games. It is good though. If you can chain parries and Wolong, the enemy are easy. Pairing literally carries the gameplay experience. That's pretty much how it was in Sekiro as well. And that's the biggest thing for me, along with the writing. Like you have to go into Forspoken with the expectation of JRPG dialogue and writing, dude. Like you have to. If you go in there thinking like Western RPG, man, like you're gonna struggle with that game, guys. Just not the half of it. Frog, I feel about JRPGs. And that's the biggest thing for me, along with the writing. I have a huge reason for not liking it, and because it gave me JRPG vibes. I know it's Square Enix, but I assumed it would be more Western style RPG type of game, and it's not. Yeah, it's that is a definite concern. I have been more willing to play JRPGs lately after Tales of Arise and Scarlet Nexus. They've kind of grown on me again, like I used to care about them, back in the PlayStation 2 days, PS1 and PS2 days. So it is easier for me to get into that. First boss, I can't beat him yet. Well, see, I mean that's the thing, man. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, dude, we got Wolong on freaking Game Pass," and then you can't beat the first boss, so you just beat your head against, and then you hate it, and then you hate it. It's tough. It is a tough game. It is a tough game. Yeah, dude, if you don't like JRPGs, you might not like Forspoken. I can definitely see how that is a more fair assessment, but there's no reason to spread hate on it. Threw me for a loop fighting that first boss. I beat the first phase second try, and I'm like, this is what people are complaining about. And then I'm like, yeah, exactly. That second phase, man. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Well, dude, I've like I said, I probably put like 40 minutes actively into that game. I've put 40 minutes. So you need to stay alive till you charge your summon, then you hit him and it ends the fight. and just mimic them in Sekiro. Man, loving the feeling of beating a boss. I finally get why people love Souls games. The Souls games, Souls games for me, they take a lot of they take a lot of. I have to commit to them. I literally have to commit to them. And when I start playing them, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm ready for this. And then I find out really quickly that I don't have the ability to commit to them anymore, like I used to. Um, Elden Ring by far was my favorite. Is my favorite Souls experience out there right now, guys. And Team Ninja, I grew up playing Team Ninja games, man, like Ninja Gaiden, stuff like that. And they were fun. They were really addictive gameplay back then. But now Team Ninja has just cranked that difficulty up to like a oh, I don't know, man. I got more than halfway through Neo, and I got to the second area in Neo 2, and I was like, no, I'm done. No, I'm not trying this anymore, man. I like winning by yeah. See, Sekiro was really good. I put let's see how much time I have in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice because I put a lot of time into that game. I put a lot of time into playing that one. Oh man, it's down here on the list though. It's down here on the list though. I don't know, man. What do you guys think though? Do you really think that that Starfield's going to come out unscathed? Think Starfield's going to hit the ground running and nobody's going to the hate machine's not going to come for it? It'd be interesting to see, man. I would love to see Bethesda fans rally behind it and really help it, but if you can watch if you watch like Square Enix fans, they're not rallying behind Forspoken. I don't think Forspoken's a bad game. I don't. Like it does have that cheesy JRPG to it, but it's not bad, man. Forspoken stats, I've got 1 day and 17 hours in there. So I mean not a whole lot of time, but I am to the oh the corrupted monk. And yeah, that thing is like the three-phase one. I got to the boss and the pier in Neo and haven't went back. See that one? Yeah, I got past him. I think I'm in the Spider Castle or something on that one. Spider Castle in Neo 1. Actually, the reason I haven't went back to Neo 1 is because when I first got the PS5, I went to get into the actually no, it was Neo 2. I might still have my save for Neo 1, but yeah, dude. Starfield and Redfall. Looking forward to Stalker 2 and Hellblade 2. 5. Am I deflecting? Is like a 5, so I'm like almost level 20. Oh, I see. I haven't even seen a positive review of Forspoken yet. You didn't watch my review? You didn't watch my positive review for Forspoken? That's so mad. That's so bad. Oh no, I completely understand that for that Starfield's going to be big, but it's going to take a it's going to get the hate too. No con yeah, you're right. The Forspoken demo was not the greatest. Thankfully, I relied on the way I play open world games. The way I play open world games is like I explore them and do a lot of stuff like that. So it clicked with me. When it clicked with me in that demo, you could already see that the content that I was starting to put out was pretty positive. And the full game was incredible for me. Like I love it. It was much harder in Neo than Wolong. You're right. It is, dude. It's such a pain in the butt. Neo is such a hard game. So hard, man. But I focused pretty hard on Neo 1 when it came out. Rise of the Roman. Oh gosh, man. More hard games. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to work on some of the hard games I already got. Like Wanted Dead, man. I'm to that first boss, and that one's a pain in the butt. I don't know what to do. Try to get in close and it takes you out and one shots me. Hard games keep your attention. They used to work. I used to be able to hold my attention pretty good on the hard games, and then I started getting older, man. And now I don't know, man. Hey, Titus Grow, how's it going? And I just don't have the, I don't, I don't know, man. I just don't have the same, um, I just don't have that same freaking zest to go for them. Zelda might score higher than the Starfield. Starfield will be a monster for the next decade. You're right. You're right. But you got to understand that like all of them, a lot of Bethesda fans are on the PlayStation too, man. So you're gonna have a pretty after the Shadow Ninja in the dungeon. Um, a lot harder actually. After the Shadow Ninja, then you're gonna fight. I don't remember if the Shadow Ninja is before or after the ape, but that ape, dude, it took me like 50 tries to beat the ape. Oh, that was hard. Have you already fought the ape? C5? Oh, it gets hard, man. Al Father, bro. I chose so I could have beat the game if I would have just accepted what Al Father wanted, and then I could have just fought those. I could have fought like I could have just ended the game there. But I decided to fight Al Father, and that was freaking hard, man. That was so hard. That was a very hard fight. I sat there, and then after I got through him, and it wasn't even that much longer to the corrupted monk. And the corrupted monk, it shouldn't have been so hard, but I kind of quit playing it for some other games, and then trying to go back to it is what kind of messed up my muscle memory. I should have just kept going on it to go toe to toe with bosses instead of dodging. It's intense. Yeah, dodging is kind of like an instant, like you're gonna get hit like every time when you try to dodge on that. Yeah, you have to stick with it. To get through it, you're gonna have to stick with that one. Oh, I was going to sell more copies, Starfield or Spider-Man 2. I don't know. I don't know. I think they're both gonna sell pretty well. I think they're both gonna sell pretty freaking well. Those are gonna be two big well, honestly, I think freaking Spider-Man's gonna sell more copies because everybody's gonna play Starfield on Game Pass. What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? To play the RE4 demo and not trying to kill the game for myself, waiting for it to come out. Yeah, I would wait for it, but it's not even that. It's not even that hard. You just get into the. Actually, I was playing the RE4 demo again today, and it offers you like this brutal mode or something, and I didn't have anything hooked up so I could record it. But oh my gosh, man, that first dude that comes down the stairs. There's like three of them now. There's like three of them. You got 10 bullets. I was like, no. So I ran past them and I ran outside, dude. Oh gosh, it's a lot more intense. And the chainsaw guy is way more aggressive. And he like cut down this thing in the courtyard so you can't run through this one path anymore. And once he goes down certain areas, he'll like make it so he'll like shorten the play area. Dude, it's pretty cool. I think Spider-Man 2 is going to outsell Starfield because a lot of people are going to play that on Game Pass. But I do think that Starfield's going to sell a lot of copies once it goes to once it once the price falls from $70. I'm going to pay my $70 for Starfield. Took Spider-Man 28 years to sell 20 million copies. No, I'm definitely feeling Starfield. Like I'm more excited about Starfield than I'm more excited about Starfield than I was originally. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. think it's going to be fun. I like the fact that it's only a 40-hour that it's only about 40 hours for the campaign. I do like that. That'll at least give me something to do, and then after I beat the campaign, I'll be able to go around and explore and do all kinds of stuff, but I will stick pretty much mainly to the campaign when it first comes out and get through that. That's pretty much my plan is I'm going to it just depends. It just depends if Starfield, Spider-Man 2 and freaking RoboCop all launching in September, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. I might be. I'm gonna cover all three of them, and yeah. Sounds like it sounds like um it really does sound like September is going to be a pretty hard month for me. Oh yeah, them Spider-Man bundles are going to be a lot. They're probably going to tack an extra $100 onto them. So both games Sony needs, or else it will. I know that's so bad. I think you're right, passive profit. I think the expectations for Starfield are so ridiculous that game is gonna it it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. The the unrealistic expectations for Starfield. I could see Xbox fans dropping Starfield just as fast as people dropped Forspoken, man. I really could see that. If the negativity comes out and everybody hates it, the only thing that's really gonna save it is the fact that you'll be able to play it day one on Game Pass. I think you'll be able to play it day one on Game Pass, so that's definitely gonna help a lot with that. But you gotta understand, Code. You gotta understand. Yes, I think Starfield's gonna be fine. Bethesda fans will hold it up. But at the same time, the people that aren't like Bethesda fans are gonna come after that game as bad as anything else, man. 300 hours in Starfield. Yeah. I think Spider-Man might be a little bit. I'm buying it. I'm buying my copy of Starfield. Like I get two copies of it, PC and Xbox, so I don't really care. Yep, the Callisto Protocol, man. Yep, they destroyed Callisto Protocol too. There's the expectations for these games because of $70 is going to affect the Starfield. It's gonna come for Starfield too, guys. I'm sorry, man, but it is gonna come for it. Fallout 76 will be out to get this game. Yep. But this game we're gonna touch. Yep. As soon as they jump right into the Bethesda game, man, it's gonna be woo. What's up, Gaming Tech? How you doing, buddy? Right when they get in there, man, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, this is not precision gravity." Yeah, I played the RE4 demo on PC, PS5, and Xbox. I think Starfield will be great, but it won't live up to the overhype. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be, and I'll be here defending I'll be here defending Starfield like I defend Forspoken, man, and everybody's gonna call me a liar and whatever else, and yeah, you don't really like your game, and I'm like, whatever, dude, whatever. I like open world games. I like exploration. Starfield has so much exploration that I'm gonna be fine with it, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I loved Fallout. I got sick playing that game, so I quit playing it. Fallout 76 is much better, but I gave up on that one pretty quickly. I did. I gave up on Fallout 76 pretty quickly, but it has gotten significantly better, and I'm playing it on PC now. An Xbox. I hope they fix it. Oh man, yeah, dude. The only reason I'm considering buying the PS5 version of PS or Resident Evil 4 is the perceived PSVR 2 mode that will be coming later. But yeah, I noticed immediately that the PlayStation 5 version of Resident Evil 4 did not look as good as the Xbox version, and then neither of them look as good as the PC version. The PC version literally has up to 8K textures. Like it has up to 8K textures on that freaking game, man. It's incredible. Just setting it at 3, I was like, "Whoa, this is incredible." Like you turn on the Xbox and PlayStation version and you're walking behind Leon right when you first start, you can kind of see that there's not strands of hair. But on the PC version, you got strands of hair. You've got, oh gosh, it just looks wow, wow. Can't be that the standard just because it sold a lot doesn't mean it was a critical flaw. I think that Forspoken, see, here's the thing with Square Enix, though, too, man. Square Enix undervalues or undervalues like Forspoken could have sold 4 million copies, and that in most people's eyes would have been a success. But in Square Enix, they're like, it's got to sell 10 million copies in 2 days for it to be a success. I need a 4090 soon. Yeah, we did. We all do. The worst mistake gamers today have done was placed overhyped. Yeah, dude, no, it wasn't gamers. It was these corporations saying they need $70 for these games. That is what has increased the overhype and the over and the expectations for these games a lot more. And it is. Like I totally agree that the games shouldn't be $70, but these guys are going to stick to it. They're going to keep putting these games out. They're going to keep crying that they underperform. And then they're going to meet the think about the I have no idea, Keith. I've never played that. Sony Enix now. I think PlayStation should probably buy Square Enix. BR2, I know it's good. I like Forspoken, man. I love playing that game. I find out I learn more stuff every time I play it. And I love going back to it. And I do love playing it in my PSVR too. It looks so good on that screen, man. The HDR just looks so good. Exclusive to Xbox or an Xbox Studio now. Do you really think people would hold the same standard they currently do? You're probably right. They are. That is pushing the standard up a lot too. There's a lot of variables, man. That's why I think that they're gonna tear Starfield apart, guys, and it sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks. What do you mean the DualSense Edge? I love my DualSense Edge. That DualSense Edge is the best freaking PlayStation controller I've ever had. Frog, I'll be honest. I really do believe Hogwarts or Zelda is going to win Game of the Year. I don't really think Hogwarts is going to do it. Zelda possibly. Hogwarts is good, but I haven't been back to it. I'm waiting for it to run better on PC. To be completely honest with you guys, I loaded in after the newest patch, and I'm still dropping to the 40s. I want at least a consistent 60 on that game. Like it literally. Oh, I don't know, dude. I shouldn't have to go out to spend a whole bunch more money on a PC on a graphics card just to run that game at 60 frames. Suddenly love. You're right. You're right. Joints. If that game drops on PS Plus, I guarantee everybody will be. I here's the thing: when that game drops in price to like $30 and everybody buys it and plays it, I guarantee the attitude's going to change on it. A lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, this isn't so bad." That pesky $10 really does mess with a lot of people's minds, man. 60 FPS on Series S, exactly. Well, beware it needs focus to delay a release game because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I am irritated about the delay of Starfield. Just because that's gonna add to the hate machine. You delayed it so many times and you still blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's just so dumb. I really still hope that game comes to Xbox. I really hope that comes to Xbox still. I think it sold more than 200,000 copies. Till the 2nd of May, PC Specialist has real stock problems, even though you already paid for it. Starfield won't be pretty 4K all over. It's going to have some rough spots. You're right. Either it'll be 4K and it'll be 30 frames a second, Yeah, Sony is killing Square Enix, dude. They are taking them out one studio at a time. Let's get rid of these guys. No, we don't really like them. Let's get rid of those guys. I still like my Xbox more than the PlayStation 5. I still prefer to buy my third-party games on the Xbox, but PlayStation 5 has gotten significantly better over the last few months. And PlayStation VR 2, PSVR 2 has greatly impacted my overall experience for PlayStation 5. That and the DualSense Edge. Between the DualSense Edge and the PSVR 2, I like playing my PS4 a lot more, or my PS5 a lot more now than I did prior. So there are some games that I'm gonna actually start covering on PlayStation 5. But I love my Xbox still. I love the fact that there's less compromise, on the Xbox. If the game comes sometimes I get dual entitlement with my Xbox games for PC. So that right there is still something that really intrigues me to invest more in the Xbox brand, is the fact that I get dual entitlement on PC. Even with games like Ishin, the Yakuza Like a Dragon Ishin or whatever, I'm supposed to have dual entitlement with that, but it's still not popping on my PC on the PC storefront. So I haven't been able to download that yet. That's why I haven't done a lot of coverage for that. I'm still waiting for my dual entitlement, guys. I'm still waiting for my dual entitlement when it comes to that. Because I think that they're gonna, after a month or so, they're gonna drop that game on, well, Soul Hackers 2 is now in Game Pass. That's been added to my library, and that one was supposed to be dual entitlement too, and that just barely got updated on the 27th. So now I have that, but Yakuza Like a Dragon is on there. So I'm just waiting for the other one to show up. If they want me to cover it, they'll open up my other copy for it. I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want you to yeah. PlayStation's playing hardball, man. They have to. Xbox guys don't buy Square games. What's the point of putting them on there? Then if they do in Series X has the worst version, Xbox guys will say Square sabotage the game. I mean, it's kind of true though. They kind of do build the game for PlayStation 5 and then just stick it on the Xbox. And that, like, dude, we need to understand that as a gaming community, that yes, Xbox does get held back frequently because of parity with PlayStation 5. They do get held back pretty frequently. And trying to deny that or say that's not the case, that's just disingenuous, because we have seen games come out on Xbox that do push way harder, higher resolution, a better frame rates on the Xbox when they're developed on the Xbox platform, and then they're ported and then they're built on the PlayStation 5 as well. So we've seen that happen. I do kind of tend to think that PlayStation might have a little bit better solution when it comes to ray tracing. I have seen like significant evidence so far that that might be the case when it comes to ray tracing. But I feel like that's something built in the API for the PS5 that allows developers to easily utilize checkerboard rendering to increase the fidelity and the visual quality of ray tracing for PlayStation 5. I don't think that anybody's trying to optimize ray tracing as much, because the way AMD's ray tracing is set up is, you would think Xbox would have a better advantage because it has more CUs for the GPU, and that's pretty much how they utilize ray tracing. So you would think that the Xbox would be able to utilize that better, but I don't think that the developers are actually utilizing that to give you better ray tracing for the Xbox right now. Right now. So right now I do feel like PlayStation has the upper hand when it comes to ray tracing. When it comes to sabotaging games, I don't necessarily think it's sabotaging. I don't think anybody's sabotaging games for Xbox. I don't think that's the case. I do think they are getting optimized and built for the PlayStation 5 first, because in my testing of games that have been released on both and they run better on the PS5, after they get updated for Xbox, they do run better. They have better features. They have better, like, it feels more optimized on the Xbox, and it usually stays pretty consistent on the PlayStation 5 going forward. They don't really ever get they don't really ever get that extra push on the PlayStation 5 version after launch that the Xbox um, mostly sees after the games come out. Like, you take a game like Dead Space or Dying Light 2, where it's been significantly improved on the Xbox platform. It hasn't got it hasn't gotten as good of it hasn't been able to reach that on the PlayStation 5 version. What's up, Cowboy? King of content. Man, really, I enjoyed Forspoken. I beat it, and so far, the best game I've played in 2023. It's sad because people judge it off the demo. The demo was pretty bad. The demo was pretty bad. Um, I had opted, I was like, yeah, dude, I want to play this game. I want to see it through. I'm playing it on the monitor. It doesn't look too bad on the monitor. Um, but this new patch that they just put out, this 1.0, this 1.10 or whatever, it definitely enhanced the visual quality of the whole game overall. You could see better shadowing, little bit better ambient occlusion. The draw distance, feels a little bit better. It feels like there's more detail in the overall world image, which is good, which is very good. That game definitely needed, some help in that. And I was testing that today on the performance one. Starfield will be great for Game Pass. Yeah. Nothing wrong if you prefer the woke Station 5. What do you mean? Oh yeah, woke Station 5. I get that. I get that. PlayStation devs are starting to get a little bit weird with their content, man. It is getting a little bit weird, man. I mean, I feel like if you give Forspoken a chance, if you're into open world games, you give Forspoken a chance. A little bit down the road when the price drops, gets to a more comfortable thing. I think that most people are going to enjoy that experience paying a lesser price than $70. I feel like the enjoyment will be better. And plus it'll be all patched up and ready to go. So yeah. Yeah, you're right. And Furious One having the VRR support for Xbox is simply superior to the PlayStation 5 VRR solution. It is in every way. Like, I can play all the way through. When I was playing around with because I was playing around with Resident Evil 4 demo on the 4K TV today, and like, I had everything maxed out, and I didn't ever feel a frame rate drop at all. It just felt consistent, smooth all the way through it. They updated Dead Space 5 for PS5, and now it's neck and neck with Series X. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty dang good, but the Series X version got updated too, and it does look significantly better than what it launched for. I made that video and everybody freaked out on me, and I'm like, seriously, guys, I'm not going to defend a $70 AAA banger looking the way it does on my 4K screen when I've seen better from other people in the same genre. I don't think the I don't necessarily think the PlayStation 5 or the Series X has been totally tapped into yet. So, I mean, we'll see later down the road. Just seeing this stuff on my PC, man, compared to the consoles really does kind of make me. Is the high school dinosaur game on PSVR 2 yet? Not yet. Not that I know of. I haven't checked it out yet. I don't think I will be checking that one out. Well, you already heard back when they did like that private screening for all the people to go play Forspoken, just like they just got done doing with Final Fantasy 16. Like, you could already hear the negativity coming from that game. There's definitely been worse games out. I mean, than Forspoken. Direct storage would be take more back. So Forspoken is actually the first game to utilize any type of direct storage. Babylon Fall. Oh, Babylon Fall. Babylon Falls was, yeah, dude. Yeah, that game was pretty bad. They will commit to full backwards compatibility for next gen. That is a major freaking thing, and I hope they do. And a lot of these FPS victories, Digital Foundry comes out with Astraeus because hardware VRR could give Xbox. Yeah, that is true, man. VRR really does make it so you can play these games without having to worry too much about if the frame rate's all right. As long as the frame rate doesn't ever really go, even if it does go below 40 on Xbox Series X and S, you get low frame rate compensation that fixes it, dude. It's always smooth, even with VRR on the Xbox from the day it launches. From the day it launches, man, on the PlayStation 5, if it goes under 48 frames a second, it will start to tear. You'll get the VRR tear across your screen. And thankfully, I mean, to this day, Elden Ring still performs better on Xbox with VRR support than it does on the PlayStation 5. I don't I would really hate for Sony to go backwards on that. I wonder why they didn't get review codes for the dumpster fire. From my understanding, my review code for Forspoken on the PC platform was just because of the unlock time. They didn't have anything set in place to be able to like some games when I get review code on the PC platform, guys, I'll get like this betas tab that I can go into, select that and start playing the game early. But with Forspoken, there was never a betas tab set up for that. So the PC version, I got access to my review copy of the PC version at the same time that everybody got access to the PC version. And it was I could have got PS5 review code, but I wanted to pay for that game. I wanted to pay for it so that I could 100% give my honest opinion about that and not kind of feel I don't ever want to feel like I don't ever want to feel like I have to, like I have to be kind of, I don't know, dude. I don't like feeling like that. I don't like feeling like, getting a free thing, makes me and it's weird because I just reviewed that Camus direct drive wheel, guys, and I'm going to tell you right now, going from that Thrustmaster TX to that freaking to that setup of direct drive, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. It was so good that like, oh, I can't even do it, man. I can't even hook that Thrustmaster TX up and enjoy Gran Turismo in I can't even enjoy Gran Turismo 7 in VR with that because it's just such a bad thing. For broken to Starfield, really? No, I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing them at all. What I'm saying is I think that the hate crowd is going to come for $70 for games, keeps you honest with reviews. Yeah, it keeps me honest. I don't ever want to get into that thing where I'm just getting all the games for free and I'm starting to feel like I just don't even want that. I don't even want that. I don't ever want it to be like I don't ever want anybody to question my coverage of a game solely based on the fact that I got it for free. You know what I mean? Some games I'll take the review code for them and I won't buy them. Like most of those games that come from like THQ or anything like that because they're like $40. I don't necessarily feel like I have to buy them, but some of them I do buy. But I mean, $40, man. I don't feel like I have to be as hard on that type of a game because it's $40. Gonna be on PS4. It will be. Oh, Starfield will be on Game Pass, so either you can buy it or not. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people. I think the hate machine's coming for Spoken next or for Starfield next. Oh, it'd be if PSVR 3 is such a jump. See, I don't think PSVR 3 is going to be as big a jump as PSVR 1 to 2. I don't. I feel like it's going to kind of. I feel like it's going to kind of cap out a little bit. Maybe you'll get higher resolution or whatever, but I feel like I don't know if it's going to be that big of a jump, especially in that many years. I think it, I don't know. I don't know though. PSVR 2 blew me away. Blew me away because it does hold its own when it comes to what I've seen on PC VR. And it is a generational leap over PSVR 1. What's up, Jason? How's it going, man? Series S, nice little machine, but I also have a PC 4080. By the way, Frog, that GPU is insanely large. I had to get a new case. Oh gosh. Yeah. If I do upgrade, I'm just going to upgrade the whole system. I'm going to go for the AM5 platform, everything. I'll just upgrade everything. But we have another issue, my friends. I do have to upgrade my sim setup. I do have to upgrade my sim setup, and yes, that is going to take precedent over everything. That is going to take precedent. I need something that I can use for all three of them. I've got Forza Motorsport coming out sometime this year. I've got another WRC game. I have everything coming out, and I need to have that flexibility to be able to play on whatever platform that I decide to get that for. So I'm looking into a Fanatec CSL right now for compatibility with all three. So I need to get that. So I might have to put other things on. I might have to put other things on hold so that I can afford to buy that. So I don't know. I don't know. I might have to put some of that other stuff that I was going to do. Definitely putting the freaking LG TV on hold till I can get that. That's the one thing that I'm definitely going to be putting on hold. Because I have to have compatibility across the freaking board. I still remember your Callisto Protocol first impressions before you got the free code. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, see, my first impressions on that game, Titus Crow, was on PC. Was on PC. And that was the most broken version of them all at launch. But the PS5 version was just fine, man. It was just fine. Forspoken. Yeah, they did expect it to be a banger, and under normal circumstances, it should have been a banger, to be completely honest with you guys. Me playing that game and not having like any like weird expectations for it, it really does give me that Ubisoft open world experience that I like and that I really enjoy. So for me to be happy about that game is pretty easy. Yeah, I'm gonna get Starfield on Xbox Series X backlog. When I buy that game, I'll get 2 copies of it. That game will be automatically day and date play anywhere. So I only have to buy it once and I get 2 copies. So I'm gonna play it on both. I love that about Xbox, man. I can buy their games and then I can literally my save just transfers back and forth, and it's so seamless. It's not even a big deal. Digital founders seriously when they do game comparisons with VRR and VRR off. Yeah, for real, huh? It's kind of hard to take them seriously, man. But like just running them side by side without always gives PlayStation seems to always give PlayStation an upper hand at launch. I think that's why they do it. I think that's why they do it because maybe they do it because they don't think anybody's going to go out and buy, both copies or something. But yeah, or maybe they think that people aren't going to get a VRR screen, which is which is very important this generation. Think about it, guys. Last generation on Xbox One S, you had the ability to utilize VRR support just like you do with the new consoles. If you would have had a monitor, a 1440p monitor with VRR support, you could have utilized that on your Xbox One platform from Xbox One S forward. You could have set it in 120 FPS mode. You could have utilized the low frame rate compensation built into the Xbox platform. You would have had a much better experience on Xbox just by using that. Debating getting a PC. Do you think it's worth the money 3x as much as a Series X? Um, I do think it's worth it because in the long run, you are going to save a lot of money, Dixie, on the cost of your games. You're not going to have to pay for online support anymore. And you're still going to be able to utilize the Xbox platform with games you can still buy your games on the Xbox platform and still be able to play those. So yeah, dude, I do think the PC platform is worth it for longevity in the future. Most of your games, like almost all of your games, dude, like backward compatibility is always factored in on your PC, bro. Like always factored in. It'll always be well, I don't know if I'm not going to say always because I don't know for sure, but I mean there are some games that the technology just gets too advanced to run those older ones, so you might still have to find a way to play those, but it's not a console fault. You don't have a TV that takes full advantage of the console's power. Yeah. Talk about Xbox tools, but forget PS5 has its own unique features like cache scrubbers and geometry engine. You're right, man. Like I've started to notice that the PlayStation 5 is pretty it's punching above its weight. But I do kind of feel like we're seeing some of the limits of the PS5 already being pushed, whereas the Xbox, I don't necessarily think we're there just yet. I feel like a lot of these games are getting built for the PlayStation platform. So they are, they're not optimizing or taking advantage of specific Xbox features that could give it more of a more of an edge when it comes to things. They don't have it in hardware. Someone say console and power at the same time. Oh, gosh, console and power. Oh boy, I don't know, man. Guys, after getting a PC, Sev's right, dude. After getting a PC and seeing certain things and how certain things work and how certain things run, it kind of does make me giggle a little bit too when I see something like Resident Evil 4 with just like texture setting on 3 completely blowing the freaking consoles out of the water in terms of like just how good the textures and everything look. I'm just like, oh dude, oh, like here we are again, man. Here we are again. The PC version of Resident Evil 4 has up to 8K textures. The consoles don't have that, dude. Like I'm gonna have to figure out what the setting is for the consoles, but wow, dude, wow. I really wish that Resident Evil 4 would come to Xbox Play Anywhere because that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Actually, let's see what it says. If I go into the store and check right now. Resident Evil 4 remake. Ooh, wow. Is it really not going to be on here? Dude, are you serious? It's not even on there. Really, guys? That sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 and PSVR 2 is going to be good. I probably will end up getting Resident Evil 4 on I don't know, man. This is a hard one to be completely honest with you because I do want to try it in the VR. I think that one would definitely be good for views, but I also want to play it with I also want to be able to play it with solid VRR support. I don't know, man. I beat the demo. That's enough for you. And honestly, I'm banned all over the place, just like Shadow. Yeah, getting banned, man, is pretty fun. I guess get another massive storage unit for just for the games. Yeah, definitely does make it two games. I wonder how they're gonna. I wonder how they're gonna do that though. because you could tell that Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil Village kind of struggles a little bit with the VR just because in certain things. The demo played best on PS5. Ghost, buddy, I played it on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. The only one I haven't played it on is the Xbox Series S, which I'll probably do tonight. Maybe I'll make a video for that one. But I don't agree with that, man. I don't agree that the PS5 version played better. I don't agree with that, buddy. Not at all. And that's just from my experience. The PlayStation 5 version, I could tell immediately that the visuals did not hold up to what the Xbox version looked like. Immediately, I could tell that just by playing it, man. It looked. Um, I got my old Nemesis Checkerbirds returned even on my 1440p monitor, and that's what I'm saying. Like I immediately noticed the checkerboard rendering on my freaking monitor, and I haven't seen that in a while on the PS5 games, guys. I have not seen that in a while. And to be able to see that on the PlayStation 5 version of Resident Evil 4, I was like, oh boy, oh boy. But the frame rate, well, I had VRR. No, I didn't have VRR enabled because I was using it on my monitor. So it was, it did feel pretty smooth, but yeah, PS5 visuals are in RE4 are weak as hell compared to the PC and Xbox. They are pretty pared back. You could tell immediately, man. I could tell immediately. Game PC right now is living in the future compared to any consoles. It's just the truth. You're right, man. Right now, these games are starting to come out. Like Resident Evil 4, man. Wow, dude, the texture differences between even the Xbox Series X and the PC on 3 was significant. Very significant. Screen tearing on PS5 at the start. It looks fuzzy on PS5. You're right, dude. It does look. Fuzz K has returned. The Fuzz K has returned. It's and that's I don't understand that because Resident Evil Village looks fine on PS5. Like it looks fine. There's no I can barely tell the difference between the Series X and the PS5 visually wise, but performance wise, it does run pretty good. Came out analysis and it has higher res and frames. The PS5 is not using checkerboard. Yeah, it is. It is using checkerboard Ghost. It is 100% using checkerboard rendering. Um, even Resident Evil Village uses checkerboard rendering on both Xbox and PlayStation 5, buddy. I I I, that's why I don't listen to these dudes that do these analysis anymore because I can literally see this with my own eyes. I can literally see this with my own eyes, man. Like I can see the checkerboard rendering and it's always worse. Checkerboard rendering is always worse when it comes to like the vegetation. Oh, you cannot have a fair FPS comparison when one game has superior graphics. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you could say that. I have an Xbox One X over a PS5 personally. I still have Xbox One though. Was a PS guy up till the Xbox One. Brent, you can use variable refresh rate on the Xbox One X, bro. Like you can. Uh, Ellen Keller. You could see the checkerboard rendering on the PS5 version, guys. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. I'm not trying to do the whole console war garbage anymore because it's just senseless and useless. But yeah, dude, I could immediately tell right when I loaded that game up that it was not on par visually like the Xbox version. And I was kind of a little bit bummed about that because I was like, dang, dude, I really want to buy this on the PlayStation so I can utilize the PSVR 2. But it kind of pushed me toward the Xbox version, and then I'll get it later when the price goes down for PS5 so that I can utilize that VR. That's pretty much where I'm sitting with that. Um, if you're on the Xbox, you'll get low frame rate compensation, Jason. Checkerboard rendering on many. Yeah, you're right. They both. It just depends on the developer if they're using checkerboard rendering or not. DLSS is far superior to checkerboard rendering. Far superior. It makes 4K games look better. It makes games look better than native 4K. It just does. Like it looks insanely good. You seen them side by side on a monitor in your very own house. That's the thing, man. You have to see them on your own screens to really understand just how much better they look. Of a YouTube video is not going to show you how they look. It's almost impossible to see the quality of what DLSS can do when it's being passed through YouTube. So unless you've seen it on your own screen, Ghost, I don't know if I'd believe too much into that. That's why I question so much when these guys do these analysis, man. That's why I question it because yeah, dude, a lot of them are pretty loyal to PlayStation. PlayStation, and it does kind of make you think, man. Like once I've started seeing all this stuff on my own with my own screens, yeah, dude, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. You have to see it side by side on a screen on your own screens, man. I don't like seriously. I don't make any money by lying or like trying to lie, dude. Why why would I sit here and like ride this pony all the way out, bro? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me, dude. Like seriously, man. Like Xbox Series X does give me a better image quality, far more than I get on my PlayStation 5. My PC gives me a better image quality than either of the consoles. I can play games with DLSS on a 4K screen and they look impeccable. Can do native 4K at 30 frames per second. You're right, but not at 60 and 120. I'm not acting like the PS5 is weak, man. Didn't the PS5 just launch Forspoken at 720p? Dropping down to 720p in an open world game that, I mean, it does look like the ground terrain and all of that stuff does look significantly better than it does in like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Valhalla runs at a higher frame rate or higher resolution at 60 frames a second with a much bigger world. They are checkerboard. Sony's even admitted that, Ghost. They've even admitted to using temporal injection and checkerboard rendering even in their 4K games. Even in their games that are already running at 4K, they have admitted to using that to intensify the image quality. Horizon Forbidden West at launch when it only ran properly at 30. Yeah, exactly. These guys, and that's like seriously, man. When you're trying to run Horizon Forbidden West at launch in 60 FPS, that game looked so bad it wasn't even funny on a 4K screen. But they were still like sitting there telling you how great it was, and I'm like, wow, dude, wow, you guys are gonna destroy Forspoken, man. When you had like literal forests popping in on Horizon Forbidden West, dude. I had never seen that much pop in on Forspoken that I've seen in Horizon Forbidden West, guys. The human eye cannot see about 30 FPS. What are you talking about, man? When will I try World of Warcraft when it comes to Xbox? Yeah, they do. They pay up 4K 60 and look beautiful on Xbox Series X and PS5. Yeah, they do look good. I've actually put on because the only one I own on a PS5 is the Origins. So I have tried that. What's up, B Sparks? How you doing, man? 30 FPS looks choppy. Looks choppy when you turn the camera. You can see the stutter, dude. You can see like everything kind of blur out as the camera turns. Whereas 60 FPS is not as bad, but even higher is better. It's a shorter game, so I decided to just finish it to see if it got better. Saltiest has been seen on Xbox a lot. Well, yeah, of course. Saltiest needs to buy a PSVR 2 so he can get back to playing his PS5. That's another funny thing, man. The PlayStation fanboys, dude, they're like, I ask them for their proof now. I'm like, let me see your PSVR 2 before we can continue to conversate, man. Because if you're not going to hold PlayStation up, buddy, like I need you to be a full supporting warrior to engage in this stuff. Digital Foundry knows the difference between native 4K and checkerboard. They say games are running at native 4K or that it's scale to performance. I have not heard checkerboard on most games. Checkerboard, FSR2 looks quite similar to what checkerboard rendering looks like. Why are movies at 24 frames a second? Because 60 FPS is better. Because 60 FPS gives you the soap opera effect on TV. Taking over the working industry. Yeah, but I don't really care about that in video gaming. Turn on the blue light frog. Oh, I don't have a blue one. I just have the green one. At least a normal mode on Souls games like Wolong, because dang, yeah, it would be nice to have. I'm kind of leaning toward these games need like a normal mode so that people can actually play them. But then again, if you play it through a normal mode, you probably won't ever try to play through it on a hard mode again. So it is what it is. At least you'll be able to play the game and experience the combat to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Because you ain't playing a movie. Yeah. 24 FPS the higher the higher the FPS, the better the game feels too. I have no idea what he's playing on Xbox. My ex was an eye doctor. Bizarrely, even she would talk about that stuff, and I would just pretend I believed the 30 FPS stuff. Just 30 FPS is fine. Never try playing 30 FPS on an OLED, man. It doesn't really do that great. It's kind of hard, man. Okay, well, if you like low frame rate, buddy, I'm not going to complain. You play however you want, man. You can actually get a PC and set your frame rate to like 10 FPS if you want, man. If you want to watch that. I wouldn't want to get beat 50 times, get stuck on the tutorial. Give us that option. Exactly. I gave up on Wolong pretty quickly, man. I'm just really I don't really care for playing the super hard games as much anymore. I've noticed that lately about myself. I just don't have the patience or time to commit to playing them. Like games are coming out so much faster nowadays that I just don't have the time to sit there and invest in that. That's why you would want an easy mode. Starfield all day, keep that same energy. Well, if Starfield launches at 30 frames per second, it's gonna get the hate. There's so many variables for the Starfield thing. That's why I made this stream tonight, because when it comes to Starfield, if it doesn't run at 60 frames a second, strike one. If it runs at 60 frames a second and it's 1080p, strike two. If it runs at 4K at 30 frames a second, strike three. So many different variables that they're going to turn to trash Starfield when it comes out, man. 60 FPS whenever you see it or not. Yeah, you can feel 60 FPS. You can feel 30 FPS. It was hard, but after that, everything else was easy. Frame rates are double what their native is. So Ocarina of Time is actually ran at 40 FPS, technically speaking. Right. Forbidden West in performance mode is perfect. It is now. It is now. Horizon Forbidden West is definitely in a better position now. It looks incredible on a 1440p monitor. Game is too big for console. Console issue, not a Starfield issue. God of Howard. just wanted it to look really good when they first showed it off. Well, I don't know, man. They kind of did that to themselves. Stop the cap. There's no such thing as a perfect game. It doesn't exist. You're right, dude. No perfect game exists. It doesn't matter, man. The hate machine is gonna come for freaking Starfield just like they did for Spoken. Please, Nintendo, just release a decent bit of art. I know, at least a Series S, at least something with as much power as the Series S. What's up, Onyx? How's it going, man? Right, Nintendo was the first one to use ghost frames, not Nvidia. They did it with Ocarina of Time, running at 60 FPS. Now looks great. Just a dev mistake, not power. It does. It looks great. It does look great. I've already made videos, multiple videos, happy about how Horizon Forbidden West runs. I bought it day one, Ghost. I bought it day one, and it looked like trash. It looked like trash at 60 frames a second. It did, and I still gave it a 90 in my review. Whatever. I played through it at 30 frames a second. It's much more cinematic, and the blur feels realistic. I don't know, man. I have a lot more trouble with 30 FPS when it comes to the when it comes to playing on an OLED, but it's not as bad on my monitor. Oh, there's always been no next gen games yet at all. Anyone using motion blur is gross. Turn that off. People will fight for Starfield, Forspoken. Everyone, you're right, dude. They did. They abandoned Forspoken pretty quickly. Pretty quickly, man. Everybody abandoned it. I haven't abandoned it. I haven't abandoned it because I really enjoy the game, man. I think it's good. Say ponies will trash it, but Xbox guys trash it. You're right, Ghost. They're out there trashing Forspoken right now, left and right, and it's sickening. It is pretty bad, dude. I mean, if maybe if Forspoken wasn't a game I cared about, maybe I wouldn't care. But yeah, dude, it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. Like the console wars this generation, I feel like they are at a fever pitch, and it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. That's why I kind of moved away from it. I just don't care. I'm not here to tear down games. I'm here to celebrate games and have a good time, man. You say 30, yeah, more cinematic, but it's like a slide. It does have a tendency to look like a slideshow. Can't wait to play Zelda Tears of Frames. Tears of Frames. Oh, I really hope they put out a new Nintendo with a better version. No, I think it's going to come out. Motion blur helps 30 FPS. That's true. And play in 30 F will feel. Oh, dude, I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that, Dixie. Find it hilarious how Bethesda never mentioned about Starfield being 30 FPS on consoles. Starfield sucks on my Xbox. I'll say it's trash to me. You were the only one who stood up for it. I know. Everybody else fell right into the negativity pretty quickly. I'm not gonna go negative on Forspoken, dude. I like that game. I think it's fine. I'm gonna stand my ground with Forspoken. I'll die on that hill just like I died on that hill with Saints Row, man. Saints Row was an average game. It didn't feel like trash to me. It felt like they could have done a lot more to flesh it out, make it feel more like an old Saints Row game. They definitely had the building blocks for that, but they kind of toned it down. So yeah, dude, I see why everybody I see why everybody trashed that, but it was fun, man. It kept me entertained for like 17 hours or whatever, 17, 20 hours, whatever I played it for. I was entertained. I was having fun with it, playing through the story. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was trash, but it definitely was. I mean, it was your average game, bro. It was your average double A game. That's what it felt like to me. To you, it seems that way. However, we're not perfect, therefore we cannot make a perfect game. Yeah, I don't think any game is perfect, man. The hate might come for Starfield, but most people will have the chance to try it before you buy. Everybody had a chance to play Forspoken before they bought it too. Enjoy actual games. Well, Dude, not even the PlayStation channels are going to defend freaking Forspoken, man. They're like, no, man, we just don't want nothing to do with it. They hide in a closet and pretend it's not quality. And it's like, dude, that game, okay, the things that like stood out to me in Forspoken, when you look down at the ground around the grass, you don't get those little crisscross grass patterns, dude. You get actual texture all throughout, and it looks incredible. The way the rock faces and everything blend into the ground and stuff looks incredible. It looks incredible. There's a lot going on Forspoken in that engine that people are just completely glossing over because of what? I can move stuff with my mind. Really, dude? Really? You're gonna the Frey's character is supposed to be like a nerdy chick, bro. She is. She's a nerd, man. Like whatever. You're gonna hate on her for being a nerd, and oh, it's so dumb, man. It's so dumb. The things that people choose to go out of their way to hate these days just because it makes them look cool in the eyes of other people. Like I don't care, man. I don't care if you think I'm cool. I don't care. Like whatever, man. I'm I like to enjoy things, man. I thought Forspoken was done pretty good. I think that yes, there's definitely things they could have made a little bit better in Forspoken, but dude, I had a good time with that game. I had a good time with it. I like the characters in there. I thought it was fun, man. I thought it was a fun game, like literally a fun game. I still play it. I still have fun every time I play Forspoken. So to me, that's a good game. That's something that I liked and I want to keep playing and I enjoy it. I can't say the same for Hogwarts Legacy, man. Like I played Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not as drawn to continue to keep playing Hogwarts Legacy as I am Forspoken. And that's I'm not saying Hogwarts Legacy is a bad game. I think it's a highly crafted, well done game, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling I like the way Forspoken feels a little bit better. My comment was too long. Love your videos, bro. No interest in the sim racing genre, but it's cool to watch you from your end. Thanks, CJ. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. I'm trying to read everybody's comment. Everything is so polarizing. Yeah, dude. I think that any game that comes out that's gonna be locked to one system, bro. Yeah, it's a non-starter. Honestly, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad right now. I really do think Starfield should launch on PlayStation 5. I think it should launch on PlayStation 5. I think that PlayStation fans that love Bethesda should get to play that game. You can hate me if you want, but I think they should get that opportunity. I do. I think they should get that opportunity. Starfield is one of those genre defining projects that are going to be played by lots of people for a very long time. I think that PlayStation guys should get to play that. Do I think they should get I think they should get to play Redfall? No, not at all. I think that should be 100% Xbox exclusive. But freaking Starfield, man, I do think that more people should have access to that game. And it it's something that it's something that yeah, I don't know. I think everybody should have access to Spider-Man too as well. I do. I think everybody should have access to Spider-Man. I don't think that that should be locked to one console, but come on, man. Like Starfield is one of those games that the more people that get to play that, no, I don't watch NASCAR. Sad face. I think a lot of people are going to get mad at that comment, but yeah, dude, I think Starfield should be available on PlayStation as well. Can use cloud or pick up a Series X. And so I want to talk about something else for a quick second. Boosteroid. Now, I was approached by Boosteroid to display this on my channel. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, but I'm pretty sure I can utilize that on my Xbox Series X to play Steam games. So that might be something for you guys to consider, being able to play your Steam library on Boosteroid. They gave me some free time to try it out, so I'm going to try it out. Essentially, is what you'd be doing was streaming your Steam library to your Xbox. So if it works pretty good, guys, I will let you know how that works. 100% Frog, Waldorf Gardens for exclusives are only to make money for hardware company. Yeah, dude, I would like to see Starfield being able to be played everywhere, man. I mean, Sony really locked down the PS5. Sony really locked really locked the PS5 down this generation by not having the ability to have a search browser. It locked that down. But Xbox, man, you might be able to, and that's what I was doing. And the reason why I decided to take Boosteroid up on that offer was enable a way to get it so that you can play Forspoken on Xbox with PC visuals. If it works, dude, I will be like, yeah, man, you guys can go ahead and pick up a copy on Steam and use Boosteroid to play it. Now, Boosteroid is a subscription service. It's kind of like XCloud. So it is gonna have like that $10 or $15 or whatever a month to play it. But they said they'll give me a little bit of money, and I'm like, I don't really care about the money, dude. As long as my friends can freaking play games on their Xbox or wherever they choose to play them, like that's what matters to me. Frog, if you start making normie takes, I'm unsubscribing. Thank God we have people like you and Kiloton 21 who love your love of Forspoken. Reminds me of the days of reminds me with Days Gone. LOL. I did play Days Gone, CJ. I just couldn't freaking get into that game. The starting of it was too slow for me. It was too slow for me, and I was getting irritated with the whole bike thing. I still have it downloaded on my PC, man. I'm gonna eventually get around to playing it, but no, I have not finished it yet. Yeah, maybe Chromebooks, but not serious gaming reviews. RE4 going year of the game. Hard make something new, make new revolutionary. Yeah. MBG cried today about the ABK deal. Did he really? Why? Um, wait, now what? Now what happened? What did you? Oh, I don't watch NASCAR. Oh, what's up? How you doing, man? Okay, what's going on with Dixie, guys? What's going on with Dixie? I'll let you guys figure that out. But what's up, Andrew? I like your analogy with Forspoken. Don't think Starfield might be as polished as Hogwarts Legacy. It's not that I don't think it's going to be polished. I really do think that Starfield, honestly, guys, Starfield, the way I see it, is the deck is stacked against Starfield right now. If it comes out at 4K at 30 frames a second, strike one. If it comes out at freaking 60 FPS at 1080p, strike two. If it doesn't have 60 FPS, strike three. You know what I mean? Like this game is the deck is stacked against it hardcore. All right. Did you see there earlier? Uh, didn't listen to the holding thing. No, we'll talk about speculation, but just breezes over what Sony say about the deal and how scared they are. Dude, PlayStation is pretty scared about the whole Activision deal. They're scared of it, and I'll tell you, honestly, if the deal goes through and you can play Activision games on Game Pass subscription, Sony's scared, man. They don't want to put their games. I don't, dude. That's so dumb of Sony. They should 100% put their first party games on that service day and freaking date. You know why? Because Call of Duty funds all of them anyways. It's not like Sony's paying. It's not like Sony's paying for the development costs for these games. Why not drop them on PS Plus right freaking day one? Why not? Why freaking not? Drop them on there. If they did that, they could potentially freaking snuff out Game Pass like that. Even if Call of Duty goes on there, that's the quickest way for freaking Sony to combat this. Yeah, dude, put your God of War on there day one, man. It's a PS4 game. Call of Duty already paid for it. Let them play it, man. Let them play it free, dude. Completely get rid of the whole freaking dude. It's so dumb. They're gonna drag PlayStation through the mud with this nonsense that they can't afford to do that when they don't even pay one red cent for the production of any PlayStation freaking game. Call of Duty funds them all. You're really trying to tell me you can't afford to let somebody else fund the development of your game to put it in a system for your freaking for your people to play that game and build you wealth on your like seriously, man. Oh my gosh, Call of Duty funds everything, and they can't afford to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me, man. The money that they would be making on their freaking on their subscription service would 100% fund their stuff going forward for them. Right now is the perfect time for them to be like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's compete 100% game for game, pound for pound for that subscription dollar, man. They should 100% embrace that and just do it. Rip the freaking band-aid off, put their games on PS on PC day and date and fight Microsoft head on and see who comes out. See who comes out on top. Do it. Do it, man. Don't wait for Microsoft to start dropping their freaking bangers before you decide to follow when it's already too late. Do it right now. Drop them right now and see. Let's see, man. Let the competition begin. Drop them freaking games on there. Yeah, guaranteed people are gonna pay 17.99 to beat those one and done games. I guarantee it. But you're still gonna get that money from a lot more people than trying to drag it out, man. I don't know. Cannot wait for Starfield. Imagine if it has the life of Skyrim, the modding. Oh yeah, dude. I guarantee that people are gonna mod it and that game's gonna do very, very well for a very long time. G said today was 10 years Microsoft offers Sony for guaranteed access to cloud was not enough. How's that not enough, man? 10 years is guaranteed, man. They don't know what they're gonna. Nobody knows if PlayStation's gonna be around in 10 years. Nobody knows if Xbox is gonna be around in 10 years. 10 years is a pretty good commitment. Show me a perfect game with no flaws, bugs, or hacks. You can't. Yeah, there's not one perfect game out there. Or had no bugs at all. I spent 50 hours in it. Did I run into any bugs in God of War? Can't say that I did. But I mean, it was a PS4 game. Like Hi-Fi Rush, that's pretty good. I haven't beat Hi-Fi Rush though, so I can't really say anything on that one. I think it was definitely the same studio. Yeah, I played Outer Worlds a little bit. I only got to like the second planet. They killing the hype these games on PC by putting their on a two. Oh yeah, exactly, man. For Horizon Forbidden West not to be on PC already after a year, that sucks. That sucks, man. It really does kind of kill the hype. But maybe they're like, yeah, we'll just wait a little bit longer. PlayStation's so dumb by not doing that day and date, guys. I didn't run into any bugs during my playthrough of God of War. That was like one thing that yeah, I didn't run into any bugs. But I didn't play all of the side content, all of that. But through the main game campaign, I didn't run into any bugs. Figured out how to get Game Pass Ultimate free every month. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. This gaming stuff, like this console war stuff gets so freaking ridiculous, man. The way people just try to go after these games is so insane. It's not even funny. I really can't believe. I honestly can't believe everybody went so negative about Forspoken, guys. Like I don't understand that. But then again, I put two and two together, and I went back and I looked at old coverage of every Ubisoft open world game that I loved. All of them got the same hate when they came out. Everybody was complaining about Ghost Recon Breakpoint because it had microtransactions in it. They all want to just go completely. It just depends. Like now they're on the now it's the $70 thing or whatever. Oh man, what bugs? I did not. Me personally, in my playthrough on PlayStation 5, in the FPS mode, I did not run into any bugs while playing God of War. I didn't have any bugs. I will stand by that because I did have a pretty like the experience that way was pretty good. I didn't really run into any frame drops or any bugs or anything that made the experience bad because of hardware. The only thing that bugged me, I mean, the things that bugged me, like the field of view camera, stuff like that, those are the things that bugged me about that game. I'm not really looking for any. Do I really want to go down that rabbit hole? Red pill or blue choice? I'm just saying that my experience with God of War, the reason why I didn't really care much for God of War was not bug related. Was not bug related, and I still give it an 8 because the game deserved an 8. For me, it was an 8 for the campaign. For the main campaign, it was an 8. I didn't really run into any bugs. I didn't run into any graphical glitches or any kind of stuff like that that you would see that. But I didn't really run into any of that stuff in Forspoken either. You know what I mean? I didn't really have any problems with Forspoken performance wise, unless okay, Praenost. If you're running it in the perform or the resolution graphics mode, you would run into some problems. Even on PC, that is a pretty weird that was a pretty weird experience when it came to Praenost. And it wasn't just regular Praenost, it was when you go underground. Once you go underground in Praenost, there seemed to be some performance issues in that area. Starfield don't do 60 FPS. They will use Ragnarok as an example for sure. Yeah. But you guys got to understand, man, like Ragnarok, bro, is a fairly small game in a lot of areas in there. It's pretty highly crafted in small areas and sections. So like comparing that to a game like Starfield, Starfield's a huge game. There are going to be bugs in Starfield, guys. There are going to be hiccups. There are going to be things that are going to happen in Starfield that it's going to be it's not going to be perfect at launch, and it probably won't ever be perfect. I mean, there's always going to be some stuff in that game that are going to probably be things, but yeah, dude, if I can overlook stuff in other games, I will 100% overlook some stuff in Starfield, man. Like if I get into Starfield and it just like a bug like stops it so I can't progress and there's nothing to fix it. Yeah, dude. See vibe, best console war, Mega Drive versus blast processing. I didn't really run into any bugs. I haven't run into a lot of bugs. I didn't run into a lot of bugs with Forspoken. I didn't run into a lot of bugs in like I didn't run into any bugs in God of War. I don't really think I ran into any bugs in Callisto Protocol either. Felt pretty good. No, man. 6 months to go, but those are doing all they can. You're right. I think this will be better than the average Bethesda polish when Starfield comes out. I think that will be. I think they are really, really, really dialing down on trying to get what they can done for this game when it launches. They are doing their best for sure. I never seen anybody say they ran into bugs playing that game. There are patches that have been launching for God of War, though. I mean, oh man, on my Sony doesn't have enough games in production to feed the PS Plus system. They don't need to feed it like Game Pass does. That's not their main sole purpose for doing that. The Xbox Game Pass has to feed the machine because that's the way Xbox Game Pass is designed. PlayStation PS Plus now is not designed that way. They don't need to match. They don't need to match consistency that the Game Pass does, because Game Pass built their platform on that. All PS Plus needs to do is drop their games day and date into that service. That's all they need to do, and that would be more than enough for them to justify the cost of what they're charging for their subscription service. PlayStation has got a little bit better padding for their service because Game Pass has already done a lot of the legwork for them. All they need to do to compete is drop their games day and date in the service, and it will be a sustainable. It will be just as sustainable as Game Pass is, because they already have Call of Duty funding all of their projects. So it's not like it's costing PlayStation any money to do that, but there will be a significant amount of time to where they need to catch up to where subscriptions meet that goal of being able to fund those projects like Call of Duty is funding those. But they could 100% do that, because if you look at how much God of War Ragnarok made, with the amount of copies they sold, was about equal to what Game Pass is bringing in 1 month for their subscription services at 25 million subs. If PlayStation was to drop their games in there, it would take a lot of that pressure off of the development, and it would be able to free up resources and help them be able to fund more projects as they continue to build subscriptions. And that's the same thing with Game Pass, bro. The more subscribers they have, the more fluid money they have to reinvest into building, smaller projects like Hi-Fi Rush that PlayStation could really utilize to continue to grow their service as well. Xbox Game Pass has done a lot of legwork to help PlayStation and Nintendo both adopt this and be able to run their own platforms simultaneous, like just like Hulu and freaking Disney Plus and HBO Max and all of these different subscription services exist. PlayStation and Nintendo have already, like, my Xbox has already done the legwork for them. And if games are willing to put their games day and day onto Xbox Game Pass, why wouldn't they do the same thing on PlayStation? Why wouldn't they do the same thing on PlayStation? You know, yes, games are going to be built and designed more to take advantage of like a subscription platform in the future. And yes, that is something that Xbox Game Pass is going to affect when it comes to certain types of games. Just like Wolong Phylon Dynasty, okay? That game was built with, like, obviously built with Game Pass in mind. Or maybe it wasn't built with Game Pass in mind. Maybe they just wanted a substantial payout because this is the first game that, like, Neo had been on PlayStation. Maybe they just wanted to get as many Xbox people on board. You know what I mean? Like, there are games that are going to be built for this service, and they're not going to have the long drawn out budgets that some of this AAA stuff does. But we've seen multiple AAA games launch at $70 and fall right on their face. We've seen multiple games launch at full price and fall flat on their face now. So yeah, I think that a competing service on PlayStation like Game Pass would be better for the future and help a lot of games. And like, you've got a game, like, you've got the TL the Last of Us, you got the Last of Us thing coming out. That would really benefit on a service like PlayStation Plus. Like, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Xbox Game Pass is breaking down walls that PlayStation is trying to hold up, that are crumbling before their eyes, because people are starting to see that, like, hey man, $70 might not be the best value. And especially for a game like Forspoken that was touted as, like this super banger, for it to fall as fast as it did, that game would have definitely been better off on a service. Now that you look back on it, it should have. Really, she looked exactly like her. It was awesome. Okay, so just waiting a second. I don't think that you should avoid the second game. I think both The Last of Us games are pretty good in their own right. I really did like The Last of Us 2. The gameplay in that game is so incredible. It was cool, man. It definitely pushed The Last of Us forward, man. I don't think The Last of Us 2 was a bad game. I do think that The Last of Us 2 was super controversial, but I don't think it was a bad game. I enjoyed it. I sat here for a whole freaking weekend playing that game, man. Like literally was so glued to it, couldn't stop playing it. Like it was a good game. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was great. I played through it, man. Like it was freaking good, man. The Last of Us 2 gameplay was pretty dang good, man. Story is definitely debatable, man. We can have that debate. I'm not 100% like, yeah, dude, that's the greatest story in the world, and I'm not like 100% against it. Like The Last of Us 2, I thought it was great that I got to play a whole another side of the story, and it added double the amount of playtime to that experience for me. I've played through Ellie's story twice now, and I've played through Abby's story once. So I like The Last of Us 2 gameplay wise. I love making videos on that too, man. That was such a good game. I'm waiting. I am gonna wait, dude. If they do re-release that game on PlayStation 5, I will play through it again. I would definitely play through that again. I would like to see that completely upgraded for PlayStation 5. I would love that. I would love to play through that one again, actually. I love playing through the first game, man. The first game is so good. The Last of Us in VR would probably that would be a very intense game. I would like to see how they would do that. I really would like to see how they would do that. Oh man, I'm getting very hungry. I have not eaten today. Oh, I slept till like 2 o'clock today. And then I got up and I played a bunch of Gran Turismo in VR. I love that experience, man. PSVR 2 blew me a freaking away, man. Blew me away. I was like, wow, this is so good. Seeing Abigail. Yeah. I know there's some things in Last of Us 2, man, that just didn't set the world on fire, but it did set the world on fire. You know what I mean? I don't really care much for the whole for the whole for the whole game narrative either in either game, but I don't necessarily hate it, but the live action movie for The Last of Us kind of took it a little bit too far for me in episode 3, so I have not been back to watch any more of that. I don't care for that narrative, man. Like I don't care about it. I do play some fighting games, Jago, but I'm not like they're not like my top of the line games. Like I buy Mortal Kombat every time it comes out and I play through the campaign and then I don't ever play it anymore. Tom Holland is Abby, Abby with the wig. Nah, that'll be good. It'll probably be great. Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. We still don't have factions, but hopefully it comes out this year. If Ronda Rousey plays her, that would be good. I think I would watch the second season. Uh, I don't really care for the overemphasis on the whole gay genre, for what they're doing with the TV show guys. I just don't. It's not for me. I don't care to watch it. Don't care to watch it. So I quit watching it episode 3. I haven't been back and I probably won't go back. Good old days when we were growing up and they had good looking people in movies and TV shows. Yeah, they don't do that much anymore, do they? Got Geoff Keighley right now. Jeff Keighley trying to convince me to watch the last episode of of season 1 of Last of Us, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. I'm good. I like Ronda Rousey. She's pretty cool. They could also have what's her name? The one that was playing in the other one that was playing in that's been playing in The Mandalorian, bro. Yeah, I don't really care to watch that kind of stuff, man. I don't watch WWE either. I'm not a wrestling fan, man. I never really have been. I don't care for it. I don't really care to watch dudes in their underwear slap each other, man. I don't really care. It's not for me. I'm not really attracted to the male physique, okay? Gina Carano, there you go. Yeah, she could play Abby. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Gina. That's who I was talking about. Gina Carano. She's the one that was playing in The Mandalorian, right? Brokeback, The Last of Us, Brokeback Mountains. Yeah, dude. I didn't really never. So okay. There are some exceptions to being able to watch that kind of stuff in movies for me. When it comes to like ancient Rome or Greek movies, it was part of like history back then. So yeah, like I don't really like just get up and walk out. But when I see it in stuff like I don't know, man, I just don't care about modern like I have no desire to watch anything that has to do with modern homosexuality. I don't care. But when it comes to like ancient Greek or Rome or something like that, then it's kind of like I kind of accept it, but I'm not really gonna just sit there and watch it. Like if the whole movie was like this Greek movie, like it was supposed to be like Rome or Greek or something, and it was supposed to be like a war movie or something like that, and it was just like every other scene. Like, no, dude, I wouldn't watch that either. Brokeback Mountain, Brokeback Mountain, man. I never watched Brokeback Mountain, so I don't know. I don't, I don't know. I have no desire to watch that kind of stuff, man. I don't care about it. It's not something that I want to get comfortable with or get accustomed to. Like I just don't care. I'm not gonna like take my wife out in the middle of like I wouldn't take my wife to like a like a gay club or something like that and just start making out in front of her with everybody. Like why I wouldn't do that, man. You know what I mean? I know they don't want to see that, so why would I do that? That's rude. Oh man. Oh man, I'm starting to get dizzy. I need to go get something to eat, guys. I should have ate something earlier, but I just oh man, I just don't want to see it, man. And it's yeah. I'm not trying to be mean or disrespectful toward people that like do that stuff. Like I don't care, man. What they do in their own house, I don't care. I'm not going to be mean to them about it, but yeah, dude. I mean, that's just not something that I care to see, man. I'd rather play VR all day than watch that kind of stuff. And so I kind of feel like that's the way Naughty Dog is going with their with their storytelling and what they want to do. So I don't necessarily think I'd be playing a whole lot. Yeah, I bought PSVR 2. I play a lot of it, dude. I love Gran Turismo 7 and PSVR 2. It's an incredible experience. But playing something like I don't know, man. I just don't know if I'm as excited for future Naughty Dog products. I just don't think that I think they're going more for that for that shock and awe with the whole LGBTQ stuff. So I don't know if I'll be sticking around to play a lot of their upcoming projects. That's fine, dude. I mean, they're not really making them for me. They're making them for that, and that's cool, man. I respect that. I'm not gonna hate on their stuff. I'm not gonna hate on it. I think The Last of Us one game was an amazing game. I think The Last of Us 2 was pretty dang good. I liked it, but I'm not there's no reason for me to yeah, I'm not gonna hate on their stuff, but I don't know if I'll be um playing as much of it anymore. Someday I'll go to Canada, maybe. Who wrote The Last of Us is a real heavyweight TV player now. He won't make another game. Maybe. I think yeah, Neil Druckmann might just move on over to like live action. I would dude, when okay, Naughty Dog used to be like one of my top studios, okay? When Amy Hennig was there writing, doing all their writing and stuff. Dude, I freaking love Amy Hennig. I love Amy Hennig. I love her. I love her games. I love her storytelling. I'm super stoked and excited for her rendition of the Avengers that's coming out. It's supposed to be good. Have Captain America in there. I really love what Amy Hennig did. And did you guys know that Amy Hennig had something to do with Forspoken? Her name is in the credits when you beat it. Amy Hennig was the one that did was I guess she wrote like the rough draft of what Forspoken could be. So I think maybe that has something to do with my love for it too, because I like the way Amy Hennig I like the way Amy Hennig can write. I like what she writes, man. I like what she does. And I think that she had something to do with Forspoken because her name is in the credits, and that's really cool, man. But I was a big Naughty Dog fan when Amy Hennig was doing a lot of the writing and stuff, and then once Neil Druckmann took over, he kinda took Naughty Dog in a different direction. Not 100% bad, with, like, The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2 and Uncharted 4. Like, I still liked Uncharted 4. I think Neil did a decent job with Uncharted and The Lost Legacy, stuff like that. But with, and with The Last of Us 1, like, those are probably my 3 favorite Neil Druckmann, things. But when it comes to like, it started going a little bit sideways with The Last of Us 2. Like, I love the gameplay. I like the way the game was structured, all of that stuff. All of that was pretty dang cool. But the whole story content of that game just was like, dude, what is this, bro? What you got going on here there, Mr. Nil? I don't know if I'm really excited about the future of Naughty Dog because of that. But when Amy Hennig was there, dude, I love Naughty Dog. It's way less violence. The only problem is crackheads and homeless people. Why would I want to go hang out with those guys? Foreclosure. All of the stuff that's going on right now with the $70 price and stuff is PlayStation inflicted. Their push for the $70 thing, I don't know. I kind of think they should back off. I think they should back off on the $70 thing. I get that it costs more to make games, but the money that they're losing trying to push this forward is not good for is not good for studios in the short run. Live, it wasn't. I'm thinking about moving to Scotland. I want to move to Scotland. When I move there, Titus, you're gonna have to help me work on my. You're gonna have to help me work on you and Cabbage. Are gonna have to help me work on my my accent so I can fit in. So people don't beat me up. Take my Some people won't beat me up and take my shoes. You're gonna have to help me with my Scottish accent so that I can get along great there. So people won't take me for an outsider. I want them to be able to offer me a good job. I don't know. I don't know, man. Dude, we had a bank crash here in America. Here in America, we got a bank crash. We're gonna have more bank crashes. We're all gonna be broke pretty soon. I don't know if my wife is cooking food or not. Oh, that's diabolical. It's Canadian Irish. I, I'll just tell everybody I'm from the Canada, but I just wanted to come back to the motherland. I know. My brother asked, um, 1.5 ago, he was from Scotland. Dude, I would love to go to Scotland, even Germany, bro. I want to go over there and like check out some of this stuff, dude. Like, I would like to live like right next to like Edinburgh or something. No, huh. I'd probably not say a whole lot when I first got there. Uh, yeah, definitely sorry to hear that, brother. So I just have this like weird, like this weird obsession with like Scotland after watching like Rob Roy and what was that other game? What is it? Braveheart and stuff. I just have this like this image of like beautiful green rolling hills and like tall steep mountains and stuff. Like I just want to go see that stuff. Sounds like a Canadian from Ottawa, no doubt. Oh, wind, very welcoming. Nice. Happy and have anyone from anywhere as long as they're good people. Great, William Wallace. Yes. William Wallace. And well, I don't know about the Rob Roy. I mean, like, watch that movie. That was pretty cool. I like there's something about like the Scotland Highlands that like beckon to me. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see that. You know, I've only seen it in movies and stuff, but I would like to go to I'd like to go to Norway too though. I'd like to go to Norway. Exactly like the movies. Braveheart. See. I love a lot of that medieval stuff, dude. Like medieval stuff is like very intriguing to me. So I would really like to go and like learn about the history and stuff and like walk those battlefields and stuff. Like I just would love to see it. Well, Scottish. The whole story of William Wallace is not true, and he ended up dying being drunk and walking his horse off a cliff. I don't know. I don't know. Make sure you park outside Edinburgh if you're driving in. It's a nightmare. I know. I'll just come to your house and you can drive me down there. You can just drive me down there. You, me, and Cabbage will just go running around. What's up, Maurice? If I ever do, I don't think I'd move there, but I would definitely do a trip there. I've been talking to my wife about it. That'd be pretty cool. We'd probably just show up at your doorstep and be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna stay for a couple for a fortnight." Obviously, the Scottish as well. When he was alive, and he used to speak to me, still still have to use them all the time because I couldn't understand. I know. I like that Scottish accent for some reason, man. The Scottish and the Irish accents, those are pretty cool. Cabs from there, so I'm not driving anyway. Hmm. No, I've never been to Canada. The highest I've ever been is Montana, or yeah, Montana, and then I've been to like Idaho, but I've never went all the way up to the border. I have been to Nogales, Mexico, and California. As far east as I've ever went is Wyoming. Sean Culinary. Talk to Titus. He lives there. Yeah. All right, my friends. I'm gonna go get some food, man. I'm starving. I'm so hungry right now. Like I'm like literally getting dizzy. I haven't eaten and it's already like 8 o'clock. So I need to eat some food. And then we had we had that one little weird thing where they pushed the hour forward. So that really sucks. Now the clock moved forward an hour. So that really sucks. So this is a really good stream, man. We had a lot of people here tonight, man. Thank you everybody for showing up and hanging out with me tonight. That's pretty cool. I'm not saying that Starfield's gonna be like trash, but I think it is gonna, dude. I think it's gonna hit the hate machine, man, and it really sucks. 10 p.m. Yeah, I got 2 more hours, so I got to go to bed for work. Can't believe my weekend's already over and I slept through most of it. It really sucks. So, all right, my friends, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for showing up. Good night, my friends. See you guys. You too, Royal. CJ, Critical. Everybody have a good night, man. You guys have fun. Sev, Sebastian, everybody. See you guys later.